A real-life manifestation story. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, we know when we talk about our story, we tell the story that we want. The thing that we want to experience, we talk about it. That's our story. We say it the way we want it to be instead of looking at life the way it is and talking about it in ways that we don't like it. See, that's a story. And when you tell the story, you tell that story you don't like, you talk about it from your past, you don't like it, then that just keeps being your story. That's the way life manifests. But when you can just decide within yourself the story that you want, and you tell that story, and you feel that story, and you have no resistance to that story, the story has to manifest. It has to manifest. It's a law of this universe for it to manifest. And so as you go through your day and you're feeling those good feeling thoughts, that means you have no resistance in your energy. And what's in vibrational reality, that's the story you're telling. You're going to receive it into physical reality. And so this video is an email that I received from somebody watching this channel, and they demonstrated it perfectly, the way that life works. And it's great to hear these stories. There's other stories, of course, but I received this in an email, so I wanted to share it with the channel here. And again, it shows just how this works, and it works the same for all of you, just as easily in all areas of your life. Doesn't matter. In this case, we're talking about a job situation, but it doesn't matter. It works equally in every situation of your life. So let me talk about this email that I received. I'll read it through, and you can clearly see what's going on here. It all agrees, and it's coming from the YouTube videos, my books. It's all about that and how it is that you allow the things that you want to manifest. So the message says, "Hello, Brian. It's been about 2 months since we spoke, and if you look back at this email thread, you'll remember me and my story. Well, I'm happy to report that I have successfully manifested." Now, I just want to say, this person has successfully aligned their energy, right? Remember, the law of attraction does the manifesting, but what we do is align the energy. We match our energy to the energy of the thing that we want, and then it manifests, right? So let's just make sure we're clear about everything here so that we know what the work to do is. It's aligning our energy. Basically, I've aligned my energy to exactly what I wanted, which was a relaxed, fully remote job that is mentally stimulating. The benefits and paid time off are incredibly generous as well. Long story short, it's better than anything I could have imagined. Now, that is so often the way that it is, because our faulty beliefs even tend to limit our imagination. So when something comes that we want, it comes in a grander way, and it's even more than what we thought. So this is a very natural thing that we experience. So that statement is very true. I'm about to put in my notice at my current employer and get ready to transition into my dream job. Everything that you teach works, because look at how quickly things materialized for me in spite of all of what you see in the media, on internet forums, and in real life, where everyone is complaining about how terrible the job market is, how we're in a recession, how brand new college graduates are struggling, how senior level employees with years of experience in their fields are being laid off en masse, how AI is taking all of the jobs, how the current U.S. administration is demolishing everything good, on and on and on. So this is a fantastic expression of the way that life works, because the creative process cares nothing about any of that stuff. When you want something, your inner being gives it to you, and when you feel good, you receive it. And none of those conditions have anything to do with you receiving what you want. And I talk about that often in the creative process, how in the creative process, there are no caveats. There are no conditions. There are no circumstances. You want it, you got it, your inner being gives it to you, you feel good, you receive it. It is simple as that. So let me carry on with this story. But I'm here to tell you that I've materialized the best possible outcome for myself in spite of the endless negativity around us. And like I said, a job that is full-time, 100% remote, guaranteed, when everyone around me is saying that getting a job like the one I just got is becoming increasingly rare, with more and more companies returning to in-person work. This has been unfolding for the past month, where everything happened as a process. So this is the receiving of the path. The unfolding is the receiving of the path, which happens when you're in that positive frame of mind. And it all unfolded in a very nice way, natural way, and is continuing to unfold. And I say that often. Your inner being sets up a comfortable path for you to receive. Now, I've been following both your YouTube videos and posts almost every day, and it's been the support I've needed through this journey. I've noticed that you've been using the example of a job you don't like and how to appreciate the positive aspects of it and view the negatives as contrast. And that always speaks to me so deeply. I love reading the articles on your website as well, which has additionally deepened my understanding. So we can see that from that piece of information from this viewer, that when you're listening and you're engaging yourself and saturating your mind and the repetitive messaging, connecting every day, it keeps you knowing how good you are and how good life is and how it's all set up to work out for you. So this is a very important piece of this email that I received. It's saying you've got to stay connected. If you stay connected, then you're going to think in ways that are of that connection, which is who you really are and how life really works. And you won't allow faulty beliefs to drag you down into that other way of thinking. Now, after a while, they're going to start to slow down and go away. But for now, you want to keep reconnecting. Start your day, reconnect through the day. At the end of the day, reconnect with who you are and how life works. And then you'll keep being in that high vibration stream of energy. So let me carry on. I could go into more detail, but I don't want to make this email too long. I know you speak to a lot of people, so I just want to say again, you saved my life, Brian. You put the pieces together in a way that is easy to understand, accessible, and empowering. Now, I really appreciate that statement, because in all the years that I've been putting this together, one thing I said to myself is I'm going to make this easy to understand, because I can assure you, when I was learning, I had questions and I had nobody really to answer my questions, the books that I was reading, the things that I was studying, and I just had to keep putting it together. So one thing for sure, when I put this together, I wanted it to be, really easy to understand, something that people could use in their daily life. So I really appreciate that comment. And also, I'm supplying this information to you all, and you decide if you're going to use it. So I'm giving you the information that can get you back in alignment, get you back in tune with who you really are and how life works. But I appreciate this viewer, because they took that information and they used it. They lived it, they went through their day with it, and that's what's made the difference for them. So cheers to that. Let me carry on. I reached a point very quickly after we spoke where I decided to be happy with who I am and where I was, despite my body aching from my stressful job. Now, this is really, really important, because what the viewer is saying here is, I didn't let physical world conditions decide how I was going to think. I was going to choose my thoughts in spite of all that physical stuff. I was going to stay strong with my story, with how good I am, with how good life is to me, and I was going to stay there in that energy, even as I seen the world around me. It wasn't the way I wanted, but I kept my vibrational stance in that high vibration place, and that is the thing that allowed the physical to change. So carrying on, I have learned, and I'm continuing to learn, to find the joy in all aspects of my life. And although I am happy to finally receive what I've wanted for so long, I thank you for giving me the gift of knowing that I can be happy regardless. I'm not happy because I got the job. I got the job because I'm happy. because I'm a happy person, and all desires flow effortlessly toward me when I stop getting in my own way. So that's a massive statement where it's the happiness that brings the thing that we want, not looking for the thing to come so we can be happy. That is such an important statement. That is such an important knowing that we must be emotionally satisfied now because we know what's on the way to us, and feeling the positive aspects of our current life, and we feel the emotional essence of what we want now, and that is what allows it to flow into our life. So carrying on, you said you may be physically exhausted, but you don't have to be emotionally exhausted. This is the power of your mind, to be in charge of your emotional world at all times, regardless of conditions, and you do this by the perspective you hold in your mind. So again, more awesome awareness and going through the day and living the things that I talk about in these videos. So to wrap it up, truly our minds are powerful. If only more people can understand that, and you're doing amazing work with sharing this life-changing knowledge with the world. So that was a fantastic email. I thank the viewer very much for sending me that email. It's a complete demonstration of everything I teach. This person clearly has embraced and embodied what is being said in the videos and in my books. And if you do it, you get the results. And I guarantee you that from my book, my very first book I wrote, I said if you do what's in it, you're going to change the way that you think. And if you change the way you think, you will change your vibration. And if you change your vibration, you're going to change your life. That's a guarantee. What I can't guarantee, if you will do the work. This person has done the work. They've done the work with their mind. It's mind work. They've chosen different thoughts. They've decided, they were determined to think differently. They did not let the 3D world get in their head and tell them they can't have what they wanted. They knew they could have what they wanted. It was already done, and they just had to focus there, and then the physical world would turn into it. So that's a fantastic story, a real-life manifestation story, and I'm very grateful for the person sending me this email, and I get to share this with everybody because this will be great support for you all to understand. This is the way it works. It works this way in everything of your life. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship, material wealth, health, anything. It works the same way. I could have talked about this story in any other way, and it would have been the same thing. And this person has demonstrated beautifully how the creative process works and what I teach. So keep going, and you will too understand and realize and live the life that you came for as you understand how it all works, and you learn how to use your powerful thinking mind, and you use it in intentional ways to feel good, understanding all of the universes behind you to have the life that you want. Okay, that's the video for today. Thanks for listening in. If you have any comments, leave them on the post, and enjoy your day.